In the previous video, I showed you how we can build a static website on WordPress in under 3 minutes. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can customize that and make it look the way we want it. But before we get started, let me explain some of the terms that I used in the previous video. You may or may not know those terms, but let me explain some of those. So we talked about static websites. First of all, what are static websites? Static websites usually come with a fixed number of pages that have a specific layout. When the page runs on a browser, the content is literally static and doesn't change in response to user actions. So one of the things about static websites is that it doesn't change in response to user actions. And also it doesn't change with respect to different users looking at it. It's the same for every user. On the other hand, dynamic websites allow the users to interact with the information that is listed on the page. And also they can make changes to the content on the page. So now let me show you some examples for these. So I'm just going to go do a Google search and I'm going to search for how to install WordPress, and you can see this on this page. It's just telling you how to do some things. Okay, there's no way for me to do anything. There's no way for me to interact with this web page and change things. So it's one way. It's purely one way, as in it's telling me something. I cannot do anything to it. Okay, this is a static website. This is an example of a static website. But on the other hand, dynamic websites are those. For example, if I go to youtube.com, whatever I get to see on the homepage is tailor-made for me. Okay, because I'm logged in, I get to see whatever I see here. This may be different for you. And also I can change the way this looks just by interacting with it. For example, if I type movies, I get to see different content on the page. So my interaction to this page has changed the way the page appears. So this is an example of a dynamic website. This is a dynamic website. Facebook is a dynamic website. So many of the applications that we use are considered to be dynamic websites. A general rule of thumb is that static websites are quite simple and dynamic websites are not. So the next term that I used was URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. And as you can see, there's an example given here, which is the address for google.com, Google homepage. And you can see here that the address starts with HTTP and has www.google.com. And this HTTP www.google.com is called a URL. Okay, URL is simply the web address for a specific page or content, and each URL has these components. One is the protocol. In here, this is the HTTP. So HTTP protocol, and a subdomain. Here, the subdomain is www, and domain is Google, and .com is what is called a TLD or top level domain. Top level domain is basically like an extension. And there are some valid extensions. Com is the most popular TLD, but there's also org, io, xyz. So many other things are there, but com is the most popular. In our example, in the sample website that we created in the last video, we chose the subdomain to be sample 3062020, which is the date on which we created the website. And here the protocol is HTTPS, and the subdomain is the name that we chose. And domain name is WordPress, and again the TLD is com. So we just had a look at what are static websites and dynamic websites and what a URL is. Now let's proceed to customizing our website. So this is what we ended up creating in the last video. We created a basic website that WordPress automatically generated. We didn't do anything to the content, and you can see that it's got a title, which is a generic title. And then there are some links to different pages on the website. We'll explore these in a minute. And currently we are on the home page, which is highlighted by the blue. And you can see that it says, welcome to our new site, welcome to your new site, and then some text here and the learn more button. And it's showing us some of the latest blog posts from our blog. And it says, get subscribed. So this is a fairly simple home page. Now let's look at the blog. It's got an image and some of the blog posts, summaries of the blog posts. And it's an about page. It's got a title and a generic photo and some text. And finally, we have the contact page, which has just a form and then an address and some example email and telephone and some links. So now we're going to go ahead and customize this to our needs. So I'm going to go to the home page first, and you can see here that I'm already logged in. So it's showing things. It's showing some things that I wouldn't be able to see if I wasn't logged in. For example, actually, let me just show you what it looks like when you're not logged in. So it looks like this. There's no bar at the top, and here it just says follow. But if you look here, we have this thing, my site, reader, and then this logged in thing. And here we have customize, edit, and stats. Again, let me show you what the other one looked like. It just says follow here, and then here it just says get started. It doesn't show those other things like write and the logged in logo and then the reader in my site. So it out of the box, it gives you some controls over how our website looks. So let me click on edit. I want to edit this home page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and I'll say and I'm going to delete these. And also I'm going to change this this image. I'm going to upload. So you can see here that whenever I click on some element on the page, it lets me change those. Like for example, if I do this, I can bolden this text or italicize it, and it shows me controls for this particular element that I've chosen. And if I click on this, this is the text box that contains it. It shows me controls relevant to that. So again, I clicked on this image, and I'm going to replace it with something else. Okay, so I just moved the text around, and okay, so there are some additional settings that I can use on this block. So each of these things are called a block, okay? And I can do an additional changes to these blocks. So you can see there's a thing called bottom wave and a top wave. So I'm going to click on the bottom wave so that it looks kind of nice. And I'm also going to go ahead and remove this blog, like blog block. So you can see that if I click on these three dots, I can see this remove block option. And I'm also going to remove this. I want to have the home page to be quite simple. And if I click on this, I can actually add a block here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a GIF. I'm going to make it look fun. I'm going to look for a SpongeBob GIF. So it gives you some of the GIFs out of the box. I'm going to select something like this. Add a caption to it, and then I'm going to leave it there. So this is the home page now, and I'm going to click on update. Remember, this is the same as publish. So when we created the website, we had to click on the publish button for it to be visible on the web. Similarly, we have to click on update after we're done with editing our page. So now if I go here and click on this and go to a new, open it in a new tab, now it's going to show me those changes that I just made. So our home page is looking different than what it was. The second thing is, let's go to the blog. Again, we can edit this page by clicking on the edit button. I'm going to make this really simple. I'm just going to delete this block. And I think as it is, it looks quite fine. It's just showing a list of blogs. And I'm going to also remove this. Okay, so this is fine. I'm going to click on update. So the blog has the changes that we made. We've removed the thing. And I'm going to go to about. And again, click on edit. And so I've added some stuff, and I'm going to replace this. Okay, so this looks fine. We can do whatever we want, but I just gave this for an example. I'm going to click on update again. We can even do a preview before updating. So when you do a preview, this is what it looks like. You can see what it looks like on a phone or a tablet. So it's convenient to look at these before you commit. So homepage is done, blog is done, about is also done. Let's go to contact page and do the same. We're going to click on edit. I'm going to change this to so our home is on YouTube. And I'm going to remove some of these. I'm going to try to keep things simple here. And I'm going to leave this form just like this. And okay, so I've changed the text and I've removed some blocks and left some of these things. I'm going to click on update. So there we have it. We've customized most of the things. One small thing is still pending, which is the site title. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So this is a little different than what we've done so far. Site title is an attribute of the entire website. So I'm going to click on customize here. And here we can change some things that are common to all of the pages on our website. There's something called site identity, and I'm going to click on that. Here we can change the name of our website. So I'm going to say, and as I typed it, the preview automatically changed, and I'm going to change the tagline to and you can see that the tagline appeared right below the title. And I'm going to leave the logo alone. I don't think we need a logo for this. And also we can modify this text here. So it says so we can choose some of these. Hiding this line requires a business plan, so we don't want to do that. So we can just say powered by WordPress.com. Okay, so I'm done with the changes on here. So I'm going to save changes. And now I'm going to go and visit the website again. So there you have it. So we've changed the title, we've changed the home page, and the blog, and the about, and the contact. So I just did all of this to demonstrate how you can customize and change things on the website. As you can see, it's very, very, very simple. It's very, very easy, very fun. You can do so much more than what I just did. I did all of this just to show you how you can do things, but if you had the time, you can do so much more. You can make it look as extravagant as you want. So take this up as a project. Go and set up a demo website on your own and customize it the way you want it, and post it on the comment section. Post the URL for your demo website on the comment section. That way you get to have some practice, and it's important for you to practice along with these videos. Just watching them is not going to do much good. You have to put hands-on experience. In the next video, I'm going to show you around WordPress's dashboard, what's called a dashboard, which will allow you to customize the site even more. Please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out future videos, and also like and share to show your support. Send me your feedback by adding some comments down in this video. I'd like to know what you think. Is this helpful, or did I miss something? Please share your feedback with me so that I can improve the content. And again, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.